Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today, we'll be creating a calculator app in Flutter. So, let's just begin. So here we have our main function that runs my app and which returns a material app that has the title. Okay, I used a previous project, so I just didn't change it. So I'll write calculator. Okay, and then for home we can have this home page. Okay, so now let's just create a new file for it. So we right click on the lib folder. Okay, new file, home page dot. So here again we import the material package. Okay, and then we have a stateful class that is home page. So we go back to our main function. And just import it over here by clicking alt enter and just hitting enter. It automatically imports it. So we go back to home page, and here we return a scaffold, okay, that has an app bar. Okay, so an app bar. One more thing, let's just give a theme to our material app. So we go over here. Okay, we write theme data. Okay, and then we can give primary swatch, that is colors dot. Okay, I like teal. Let's set it to teal. Okay, so we go back to home page, and in our bar we give it a title. Title would be text. Okay, let's say calculator. Okay, and then we can give it a style. Okay, let's just leave style and put the title in the center. So we have center title, the app bar. Okay, and then for body, what we can have is we can have a container. Container should be there. Container. Okay, and then the container, it could have a child that is padding. Okay, and then we can give it padding. Edge inserts only. So to give it a padding from all sides, we'll use edge inserts dot all, and then let's give it a padding of 20 from all sides. Okay, and then it's gonna have its own child. So for that we can use a column. It's gonna have its own children. So first, what do you think we need? Two text fields to enter, to take two inputs from user, the first and the second number, four buttons to add, subtract, multiply and divide those two numbers. So we'll begin with the text field. Okay, so we need to have two text fields. So for this first text field, we can also give it some decoration, input decoration, and then the hint that says enter number 1. Okay, and okay, so we also need to have three integers. Integer, what we have, num1, num2. Okay, and that is it. So we have this input decoration, and then the on changed. Okay, so the value that we get in the text field, we need to give it to num1. So num1 is equal to, okay, on change the value num. Okay, we need to put set state. Okay, num1 is equal to num dot parse and then the value. Okay, so there we have it. So I'll just copy this thing, the entire text field rather. So we have this text field, and after this we can have a size box just to give a little spacing between them of, let's say, height 20. Okay, and then after this size box we have this text field again where we put number 2 over here, and num2 is equal to this. Now let's just hot reload the app and see what we have here. Okay, so here we have it. Enter num1, enter num2. Okay, so we also need to give it a keyboard type so that the user doesn't really need to click on this thing again. So we have keyboard type text input type dot number. So I'll just copy it and paste it over here, place it over here for text field 2 as well. So after this, we're gonna need 4 buttons. So for that we can have rows. So column, obviously column, is a vertical way to store data. So column will, place our widgets vertically and row will place them horizontally. So after this, let's have another size box that gives us a little spacing of, let's say, height 20. Okay, and after this we can have a row that will have its own children. Okay, so it's gonna be a raised button. Okay, raised button will have a child that will say text. Okay, so the text will be, first we'll have the plus icon, or let's say add. Okay, so we have this. We're gonna have the on press method, and let's give some color to this. Colors dot. Okay, let's give it red accent. Okay, and let's set this. Give it some style to this. The text over here. So let's give it some color. Colors dot. Let's give it white because the default is black. So we have it, and now we need another one of this for this row. So we just copy it. Okay, and let's just place it over here, and also let's just set its main axis alignment as main axis alignment space between. Let's now just hot reload and see what we have over here. So we have two buttons, and I think I should just give it some padding from left and right. So I'll put only over here, and left, let's give it a padding of, let's say, 40, and let's do the same for right. Okay, so let's give it a padding of this, and let's just hit enter. So there we have it. Add, subtract. So I'll just copy this entire padding. So there we have it. Let's just duplicate it. Add, subtract, divide, and then we have multiply. Okay, so yep, that looks good. And we can also have another size box of, let's say, height 15. Okay, so okay, there's some issue. Oh yeah, there's a comma missing over here. Let's just hot reload, and this looks good. And before we have these two rows, and there should be something to display the output as well. So let's have text field. Let's have a text over there. So after this size box, let's have a text. Okay, and that text. So we need another integer. Okay, integer, comma. What do we have here? The answer. Okay, so we have it here, and text. So if answer if it is null, because initially it would be null. I'm not just setting it over here this way. We'll see how we can use if conditions in the text field itself. If it is null, let's start it with this only. If it is not equal to null, then display what we have in answer. So I'll just have this because it would be an integer value, so we would need to use the string interpolation. Else just display this because it would be empty. So we have it, and we would need another size box after this so that we have some spacing. This is equal to null. So yeah, there we have the answer. And okay, so we can also give it some styling, or we'll see to that later. So now we need the functions that are going to add, subtract, and all. So we'll use void add. Okay, this is the add function, and it's gonna, we can have the validation layer later as well, that if what happens if the number are null or something. So let's just set them to 0 as of now, so that if anyone tries to enter a null value, we'll see to that later. For that, to validate these text field, we'll use text form fields. Okay, so we can see to that later. And when we have void add, so we'll just call set state and set the state of answer as, let's just initialize this with 0 as well. Set the state of answer is equal to num1 plus num2. Obviously addition is super easy, so we have it over here, and let's just make it display answer only. So we have is answer is, and then this, and then string interpolation answer. So there we have it. And so this is for addition. I'll just copy it. So we have this for, okay, subtraction num1 minus num2. Okay, it's like really simple. I'm not checking which number is the bigger. I'm just subtracting it. So subtracting the second number from the first number. So we have multiply. Okay, it's just gonna multiply them. Okay, and then we have divide. So we have void, I'll just call it div, and so we have num1 divided by num2, and it just just so that we don't have an error, I'll use to int so that we have it void callback function, the operator x truncate y. Okay, so we'll use this operator as our ID is des. So we just need to call these functions over here. So there we have it. This is add. Let's call add. Okay. In on rest of the subtract, let's call sub. And for this, what do we have here? Div. Let's call div. And for this multiply, let's call mul, and we are done. Now I'll just hot reload the app. We have answer is 0. Okay, so let's just enter number 1, 12 and 25, add, the answer is 37, subtract, the answer is minus 13. We divide it, we get 0 because it's just rounding it off. So let's have 50 over here and the answer will be 2, and if we multiply it, the answer is this. So there we have it, a really easy what do we have it, text, like a calculator app. We can also have a clear button over here. So for that we would need two text editing controllers. Text editing controller, I'll just tell you what they are. T1, okay, is equal to new text editing controller. So we have it over here. I'll just copy it and call this one T2. So we need to put them over here. So see, that was a text editing controller. Okay, so we now have two controllers. So because we have two text field, that is why I made two controllers. So for the first text field, I'll tell it that your controller is T1. Okay, and okay, it already has a comma. So for the second text field, I'll tell the text field that I'll define that its controller is T2. So after we have this, just a second, where is this padding ends? It ends over here. Okay, I'll have a size box with a height height of 20 maybe. So yep, and there we have it. After this I'll have a a raised button over here, raised button that has a colors dot red. Okay, that has a child that has a text widget which says clear. Okay, or we can set it as reset. Okay, so after this is reset, and it would need okay, it also needs some style. So I'll just copy this from here. This is still text style, so I'll just paste it over here. Okay, right, reset. Okay, and then in the on press, instead of calling another function, I'll just write it over here. I'll call set state. Num1 is equal to 0, num2 is equal to 0, answer is equal to 0. Okay, and we also need to clear the text field. So I'll just call the controller t1 dot clear. Okay, yeah, just copy it, and we have over here t2 dot clear. So that was it. I'll just save it. Okay, we have the reset button over here. Okay, so I'll just hit clear. We have everything is 0, 12, and let's say 2. So add, subtract, divide, multiply, and reset. Okay, so there we have it, and this was like a really simple tutorial wherein I told you how you can make a really simple calculator app. For also just one more thing, I'll just uh, this debug show check mode banner false. I don't know why I just don't like this thing over here. So now it's gone. So yeah, that was a really simple tutorial on how you can make a calculator, a really simple calculator app in Flutter. We also saw how to clear the text fields after the input and the result input has been taken and the result has been given. So that we did using these text editing controllers and setting them as clear, and also defining them over here in the controller attribute of the text field widget. So there we have it, and I hope you liked the video. So if you did and found it helpful or interesting in any manner, please hit the like button. And if you have any suggestions or queries, you can put them down in the comment box below. Also, please subscribe to my channel. I'm still learning how to make videos, so I'll definitely get better at making them. So yep, that was it. Please, you know the drill. Please do that. It would really help me. Thank you so much. Have a great day.